Now, from Evening Edition, here's your local on the 8s. Now, from Evening Edition, here's your local.
The Weather Channel. but we have a decent amount of snow falling. I mean, looking down Cameron Street, if you really look down, in fact, Lauren, let's go out to the road as best we can. You can see all the traffic. Remember, the Pennsylvania Farm Show, if you're just tuning into us, is an annual event. It always happens this week, every single year for the last 108 years. And despite the fact that we have a snowstorm coming through, people don't seem to mind. I can tell you along Cameron Street, you can see all the traffic, also the shuttle buses. That's what that school bus is that's going to eventually go past. But looking down Cameron Street, you really should be able to see a stoplight down there, and visibility is so low because of the snow that's falling. It's really difficult to see the stoplight at this point. So we have snow coming down at a decent clip. It's going to continue to do this. I know Mark Elliott and Dr. Postel are tracking what exactly is going to be happening with Ember here in central Pennsylvania. Is it going to switch over to some rain later today? Where that rain-snow line sets up is critical. Definitely more west and north and east than to the south and southwest, southeast. But still, we're all going to be getting snow here in central Pennsylvania. Just matters where that line sets up and where you live, how much you're going to have to deal with. PennDOT is out in full force. They're working hard to keep state roads, Cameron Street and others, clear. It's difficult. They're dealing with 96,000 snow miles of roads. That means the lanes also on I-81 and 83, multi-lane highways. Those are all individual roads if you add them all up, as far as one lane being a road, if that makes sense. Adding all that up, it's 96,000 miles around the entire state of Pennsylvania, and they're responsible for all of it. So make sure you don't crowd the plow. Stay away from those plows as best you can. And if they haven't plowed your street or main roadways yet, I promise they're coming at you. It just takes some time to get through those 96,000 miles of roads. Again, looking down Cameron Street, you can see, even though they have had crews come through with salt and also plows, Mark, you can see they're still becoming snow covered. With every flake that falls, Mother Nature always wins, Mark, as you well know, and Mother Nature is certainly staying ahead of the crews trying to keep these roads clear. So we've got a long way to go. Mark, what do you think? Are we going to see rain? Nobody here wants it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think we do change over. The forecast for Harrisburg proper by about 5 o'clock or so starts mixing in that precipitation, and you might have a little bit of everything happening at once. Rain, sleet, and snow falling for a time, but then transitioning over to some rain before the precip shuts off back as snow flurries. So, Justin, I think you're going to do the dance in Harrisburg, which will kind of limit some of the totals that you could otherwise see.
Ember can do the dance. Nobody wants me to dance, Mark. We know that. We'll have to see what happens with the storm. I tell you one thing, though. One thing people are watching, Mark Elliott, is that record 1,069 days. Today is 1,069 days since the last time this area saw more than 4 inches of snow out of one storm. That was February 1st, 2021. If we make more than 4 inches today, we'll have that streak end. Do you think we'll at least do that?
You know, you've been seeing close to 1 inch per hour snows approaching from the south. And, you know, it's pretty early in the day. We've got 2 hours or so, 2 hours and 15 minutes until that kind of forecast changeover time occurs. And you've already had about 2 inches of snow. So that would put you right there on that 4-inch line. It's going to be close is what basically the bottom line is. I think the official forecast was right about at 4 with decent chances of getting at least 4, right? So you're right there in the Harrisburg area. North and west, if you could somehow take that observation and put it northwest of the city, guarantee. South and east, not going to happen. So it's really close. It's really close for in town.
Well, I wanted to give you some perspective, Mark, so you know what we're dealing with here. Talking about the snow, at this point, it's still, you know, is not a heavy, wet snow. It does not stay together. I mean, little balls of it do, but we're not talking about a nice snowball-making snow. So it's not that heavy, wet snowball-making snow just yet. But, Mark, if we switch over to rain, at least for a little bit, it's going to really weight all this down, and you're going to get that snowball-making snow. But right now, it's still pretty dry as far as snow goes. But yeah, I hope it doesn't switch over to rain. Nobody wants that.
I know. The cold rain is the worst, especially to stand in and report in. So for your sake, I hope it doesn't change over to rain. The radar is suggesting we're starting to see that south of town, where we're getting some what's known as bright banding. So the snowflakes are falling down, but they're melting as they're going. So the radar beam is returning what looks like gargantuan amounts of snow, but it's really wet snowflakes bouncing back more signal to the radar. So we're following all of that from in the studio using the technology. Justin and friends out in the storm. Keep it tuned here as we bring you coverage like only the Weather Channel can.
Hey, let's go.
Oh, man. Did I lock the car?
That was a great game.
Dad, I'm cold.
Okay, I'll turn the heat on. I swear I parked in this section. Oh, there it is.
Always stay connected to the new Hyundai Tucson Limited with complimentary class-leading Blue Link Plus.
No matter who you are, there are times it can be tough to be yourself when you have severe asthma. Triggers can pop up out of nowhere and lead to an asthma attack. But no matter what type of severe asthma you have, Tespire can help you be you. Tespire is an add-on treatment for people 12 and over that can help you have fewer attacks, breathe better, and relieve your asthma symptoms. So you can be you, whoever you are. Tespire is not a rescue medication. Don't take Tespire if you're allergic to it. Allergic reactions may occur and can be serious. Rash or eye allergy can happen. Don't stop your asthma treatments unless your doctor tells you to. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection or your asthma worsens. Sore throat, joint, and back pain may occur. Avoid live vaccines. By helping control your asthma, Tespire can help you be you, no matter who you are. Ask your asthma specialist about Tespire today.
When you order Domino's online, we'll give you a free pizza to use for a future pizza emergency. So you'll have a free pizza when you need it most. Get your emergency pizza when you order Domino's online.
There you go.
Thank you.
Bye.
Dinner's ready.
Who do you think taps out first?
I think the duck goes the distance.
All right, you about ready to get out? What's this? A hospital bill? For $1,000? Did this guy just say Gap?
He's talking about expenses health insurance doesn't cover.
But with Aflac, you can get money to help close that gap.
Aflac, huh? Aflac! Okay.
Oh, duck one, go zero.
Get help with expenses, health insurance.
John and Monica use AT&T. David and Dana have Spectrum Mobile. With AT&T, John and Monica pay way more for their 2 unlimited lines. With Spectrum, David and Dana get 1 unlimited mobile line for $29.99 and their second line free. And with Spectrum, there are no added taxes or hidden fees. David and Dana save big, over $1,400 in savings.
It's true. We're switching to Spectrum.
Get 1 unlimited line for $29.99 and get your next line free. Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store today.
National Prevention Week is a celebration of all the things that happen all year long.
Prevention is at the core. It's mental health, physical health.
Some of our National Prevention Week activities have been focusing on the illegal drugs, illegal use of opioids.
Drugs, alcohol, mental health, suicide, underage drinking, tobacco use. Prevention is about saving lives.
This is where it happens.
This is Prevention at Work.
A hospital bill? For $1,000? Did this guy just say Gap?
He's talking about expenses health insurance doesn't cover.
But with Aflac, you can get money to help close that gap.
Aflac, huh? Aflac! Okay.
Oh, duck one, go zero.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover at Aflac.com.
You want to race?
For real?
This is Mary Ann's first time visiting Paris.
Madame, où allez-vous?
Before she attempted her first sentence in French, before she completed her first 15-minute lesson,
Yes.
she downloaded Babbel. Babbel helped unlock her lifelong dream of learning French. She started speaking in just 3 weeks. So when it came time to tell the cab driver to take her to the Hotel Pierre,
J'aimerais aller à l'Hôtel Pierre.
Oh, c'est très bien. J'espère que votre voyage s'est bien passé.
150 language experts and
J'espère que votre voyage s'est bien passé.
150 language experts and educators designed Babbel to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language. Babbel focuses on natural conversation. You'll remember what you learn, and you can speak and pronounce with confidence. Start speaking a new language in 3 weeks. Start learning today at Babbel.com.
The power of the Weather Channel, now available to everyone.
This is epic!
Trusted live coverage when it matters most is now yours to stream with the Weather Channel TV app. Real-time radar, maps that let you track all the action, and so much more. Available now on these platforms. Go to streamtwc.com to start your free 7-day trial.
Looking live now on the Weather Channel at Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, Lehigh University, where they have a winter weather advisory. Of course, Winter Storm Ember is impacting much, if not all, of central Pennsylvania, most of Pennsylvania, really, of all 4 corners of it. And Bethlehem is not alone in that. That's happening all over the place. Of course, more to the north, more to the east, more to the west. But we have snow in most places today. We do appreciate you staying with us. We've got you covered. From Ember to Finn is the next storm, and I know Dr. Postel and Mark are going to be tracking that for you, and that is going to be in a lot of different ways. But we have to get through Ember first, and Ember is bringing plenty of snow here to the capital region of central Pennsylvania. That is Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, where we are. We're at the Farm Show complex because the 108-year-old tradition of the Pennsylvania Farm Show is going on. Yes, there are thousands of people inside this building, despite the fact that we do have a winter storm coming through. If we turn around, Lauren, you can see our trusty plow is doing what needs to be done to clear the area here at the Pennsylvania Farm Show. You have to believe that these operations are going on all over the place, and the hard work being done by PennDOT crews, municipal crews, private crews, doing what they can to clear roadways, make them passable, because despite the fact that this is a Saturday, there are still plenty of people out. And of course, the Pennsylvania Farm Show is a good reason a lot of people are out. And they call this Farm Show weather. Yes, Farm Show weather is what, if you are from here, you know this is. There's an old wives' tale that it always snows for the Farm Show. I grew up about 20 miles from here in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, and we always heard that. It always snows for the Farm Show. Well, in reality, it really only snows about 40% of the time for the Farm Show, but we just go with it. It snows every year for the Farm Show, and it certainly is right now. So there's lots of people in there. Now remember, if they're in there now, they eventually have to come out, and they eventually have to drive home in the snow. And that is a big concern for PennDOT. So they're encouraging you to do a few things. Drive for conditions, slow it down, give plenty of room between you and the car in front of you. Don't crowd the plow. You may hear that a lot. It's kind of like turn around, don't drown. Don't crowd the plow. Mark and Dr. Postel is another good one to remember. And Dr. Postel and Mark, a good way to remember it is when you're following a plow truck, you need to give at least 6 car lengths between you and that plow truck. Stay as far away from them as possible to make sure they have the room to work, to clear the road in front of you, and make sure it's safe for you to pass and everybody behind you. Accidents happen every year, as you both know, and they typically turn deadly. When a car goes up against a plow, it's never a good thing. So give them some space. Guys, into you.
I see Justin has never driven in the Northeast because with 6 car lengths, there'll be 9 cars in the Northeast in between the car and the plow. It's just people cutting you off every second.
But that does happen. It is the Northeast, after all. I mean, you guys, hey, I'm from here. You guys are from here. You got to love it. It's all right. We make it through. We're all right.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But you're right, Justin, that we do have to be extra careful. It takes so much longer to stop on a snow-covered road than on a dry road. You know, almost 1,000 feet of distance more would be needed. So that is a lot different driving condition than you would otherwise be used to without the snow falling.
Let's go to another storm and another kind of threat in the south with severe weather for us on Monday. Another winter storm that's going to bring significant snow, but we're going to talk about early week severe chances here.
This might be one of those kind of marginal cases where we get some shear, but not a lot of shear. We get some, instability, but not a lot of it because the rain moves in pretty early, but enough that we've got at least a chance of some storms here.
You're right about that. That's a slight risk issued by the Storm Prediction Center for us on Monday. So that's something to watch. That's their day 3 forecast, I believe. And we have some of those ingredients. We're going to have winds aloft. We're going to have some fronts in place, the kind of things you look for severe weather chances. And of course, it's all setting us up for us in about 48 hours.
Yeah, I think what really takes off, though, is those mid-level winds. This upcoming storm is going to be a really strong, wound-up low, and that's going to be pulling in those mid-level winds around the system and really organize that kind of mid-level wind threat as it gets rained on and pushed down to the surface. I think we're going to have straight-line wind potential with these storms.
And even non-thunderstorm wind, high winds as well, because exactly your point. This is a much stronger system early next week than the one we've got now. The pressure is going to tank and swirling around that very strong winds, not just aloft, but also at the surface, apart from any thunderstorms that we get.
Yeah, and then if you get that front rolling through and a couple of storms along it, right with those stronger winds, as this thing really cranks aloft and pulls that down through the southeast states, we're going to be pouring for a time, and then it's going to be windy on top of that, so power outage issues, a chance for some storms, especially near the coast, and an increased flood risk as well.
A lot of heavy rain is coming. The Gulf of Mexico is going to be wide open, and not just bringing heavy rain to the southeast, but also to the mid-Atlantic and northeast where snow is on the ground, flooding a serious potential.
Yeah, we're talking about High Point, New Jersey and northwest New Jersey there. We're seeing a lot of snow, then a lot of rain on top of that.
Hey, deal lovers, here's something new.
Having good taste shouldn't cost you a good deal. And in this hut, $7 gets you both.
The all-new $7 deal lovers menu at Pizza Hut.
Because it's only a deal if you love it.
I'm coming in hot.
When moderate to severe ulcerative colitis takes you off course, put it in check with Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
When I wanted to see results fast, Rinvoq delivered rapid symptom relief and helped leave bathroom urgency behind. Check.
When UC tried to slow me down, I got lasting steroid-free remission with Rinvoq. Check.
And when UC caused damage, Rinvoq came through by visibly repairing my colon lining. Check. Rapid symptom relief, lasting steroid-free remission.
And a chance to visibly repair the colon lining. Check, check, and check.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Put UC in check and keep it there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure.
Detect this. Living with HIV, I learned that I can stay undetectable with fewer medicines. That's why I switched to Dovato.
Dovato is a complete HIV treatment for some adults.
No other complete HIV pill uses fewer medicines to help keep you undetectable than Dovato.
Detect this. Most HIV pills contain 3 or 4 medicines. Dovato is as effective with just 2.
If you have hepatitis B, don't stop Dovato without talking to your doctor. Don't take Dovato if you're allergic to its ingredients or taking Dofetilide. This can cause serious or life-threatening side effects. If you have a rash or allergic reaction symptoms, stop Dovato and get medical help right away. Serious or life-threatening lactic acid buildup and liver problems can occur. Tell your doctor if you have kidney or liver problems, or if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or considering pregnancy. Dovato may harm an unborn baby. Most common side effects are headache, nausea, diarrhea, trouble sleeping, tiredness, and anxiety.
Detect this. I stay undetectable with fewer medicines. Ask your doctor about switching to Dovato.
At Consumer Cellular, our customer service team is based here in America.
America?
America.
From sea to shining sea.
Beautiful.
For everyone who's endured the bad seat, finally, sweet, sweet redemption. The Lexus TX. 3-row luxury that treats every seat like the best seat.
Happy Saturday, everybody. What a busy weekend it is. Right now, more than 42 million people under winter weather alerts from the mid-Atlantic all the way up to New England. We're talking 12 states under winter storm warnings, and as Winter Storm Ember is really just getting started here. We got 6 live crews stationed across the Northeast, bringing you live conditions, of course, as Ember intensifies over the next several hours and unleashes heavy snow across the region. Thank you guys so much for staying with us as we continue our live coverage of Winter Storm Ember. I'm meteorologist Jordan Steele, coming to you from Scranton, Pennsylvania, where the roads are brined, cindered, and we're beginning to see snow shovels move off the shelves of the local hardware stores, although some of the residents here have been a little, I would say, hesitant about the reality that we could see maybe 5 to 8 inches of snow here, and it's understandable. It's been a while since we've had a good storm system like this. In fact, almost 2 years. You got to go back to March of 2022, where we actually had a decent storm that picked up 7 inches. All of last year, we only had 16 inches. So if we get that 8-inch category, we could be looking at half of the snow that we saw last year. A couple things I want to show you. Lackawanna County is where we're situated here in Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, and you really got, earlier today, the view was gorgeous up here on the lookout point, as they call it. Big spot you can come and take a view of the city. Old rail town here, of course, and that visibility has pretty much come to almost a halt here as our snowfall rates have really thickened up just over the past 2 hours. In fact, we were snow-free all the way until about 1 o'clock. And the roads, as we take a look at some of the local roads, again, some of the cinders on the city streets here, I noticed driving in, and we've got good pavement as of now, but we are getting some reports of wrecks on the interstate that I will get you guys caught up on here a little bit later throughout the show. But our winter weather, our winter storm warning is going to stay in effect all the way through your Sunday. We've got the heaviest snow falling now, but maybe even intensifying as we head into tonight. And then as we go into tomorrow, we'll get that cooler air to move through, and therefore we could be looking at maybe some lighter flakes on top of some of the heavier stuff we're getting right now. So again, forecast here in the Lackawanna area looks like Lackawanna County area looks like we could pick up 5 to 8 inches. And as we send it over to another city here in Pennsylvania, down in Harrisburg, where Justin Michaels is. Justin, I was looking at some of the snow reports that we have in south central Pennsylvania. We're already seeing 2 to 4 inch totals coming in.
Well, and we need that 4 inches here in the greater Harrisburg area, Jordan, because if we get 4 inches, which I know everybody here is hoping for, and it probably will happen, at least for part of this area, what that's going to do is knock out a 1,069-day streak of snow less than that. February 1st, 2021 is the last time they got more than 4 inches of snow here in central Pennsylvania, recorded at MDT, Harrisburg International Airport. So if we get more than 4 here today, then that streak will finally end, and people here are kind of hoping it does that. We're we're at the Pennsylvania Farm Show right now, and you can see this is a kind of a flurry of activity. It's a little quiet right now, but what I can tell you is inside the building, there were thousands of people in there. This is a 108-year-old tradition of people coming to celebrate the agriculture and farming community, not just here in Pennsylvania, but nationally. Farmers and people come in from across the country to celebrate the tradition of agriculture and farming here in the U.S. And of course, it's that industry that supports all of us. They're inside right now. This is a big event in Pennsylvania. It happens every year, and they actually call this farm show weather. There's an old wives' tale that it snows for all the farm shows. Well, it really doesn't, but it's snowing today, so it's adding to the mystique of the farm show. Let's go over here and talk to Andrea and Chantal. Ladies, how are you? So you get to stay underneath the little blue tent here. So tell me, you're watching the buses come and go. Are people talking about the snowstorm today? Are they excited about it? What are you hearing people say about this storm?
They're just really just saying it's messy.
Messy?
Yes.
Right. Would you agree with that statement?
Absolutely. It's beautiful, though.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It is beautiful to see the snow. I have to agree.
It is gorgeous.
Are you from the area here?
No, I'm from Indiana, and I just come into work.
Well, you've seen snow then.
Yes, I have. I've seen a few inches of snow. Originally from Montreal, so yes.
So how does this compare to snowstorms you've seen in the past?
Oh, this is pretty light.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not too bad. The wind is what makes it so